Recording in progress.
You do have, you can exercise them too, but it's a natural thing. You can cease to be a parent, as it were, but then you can take decisions that help you keep your mental health in check, and then while you continue to pray for the children and forward to they're getting on with what they have to do and be where they need to be. So welcome to another episode of the this is the second episode of season 3 of the Slow Parenting program. And today, we're just going to be looking at a young man's wish, okay? If you like, request. And we have titled it, Mom, Can I Have the Moon? A young man is asking the mother if he could have the moon, as in he's on planet Earth, but he wants the moon. Go on with what we need to discuss today, which is, Mom, can I have the moon? That's a big ask. You know, there's a story in the Bible, you know, that's close, but very expensive as well. You know, daughter, come dance for my guests. Come dance for my guests. Come, just come. The father kept saying, come and dance for my guests. And the young girl said, I don't want to dance. He says, okay, ask for anything, even if it's even up to half of my kingdom. Ask, I will give you. Just come dance with us. You know, that's a biblical story of Herod and John the Baptist and all of that. And the mother had another agenda, really had a very sinister agenda, and goes to the daughter and dance for your father and then tell him you want the head of John the Baptist. So this young man is saying to this mother, Mom, can I have the moon? Mom, can I have the moon? So pay attention, please, people. At this point, I want to welcome Bolu Atiwi Ayo Opaliki. Bolu, welcome. We missed you last episode very much. Welcome. Let's see your beautiful face. Let's hear your.
Thank you, sir. I missed you all too. I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. Good evening.
Wow, I have a confession to make, right?
Okay.
You know, I was almost like, I want to look Nigerian today. You know, I'm like, oh no, let me just get it to something. So now I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Maybe I should change my attire from this suit and thing and then begin to.
Oh my goodness.
You're looking colorful, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dr. Yawale will be joining us. He's in transit. He will join us when he comes in. When he gets here, he will come in, and as well as Mrs. Banjo and then Mrs. Shola. We're still expecting Tom Adireli. They'll join us as they come in. They will make their own contributions. Right now, I have Bolu. Bolu, here's our story for this week. So let me lay it out again. But I like to be seeing your face when I'm laying it out too, so that I can capture the advocate here. Yes. Okay, and now says to the mom, you know, I don't hide anything from you. And the mother goes, yes, I know you don't hide anything from me. Bolu, you've run away again. Can we stay on camera, guys? You touch your camera again and you disappeared.
I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm right.
Your camera went. Yeah, okay. It did. Yeah, sure. Okay, sorry, you muted, but you are okay now. Now, this young man has, from the conversation, by the way, this is not a skit, okay? This is not a made-up story. It's not a skit. This is a reaction, okay? And this young man, from the conversation, from the communication, has a good communication relationship with the mother. It's the last child of the family. The mother, there are 3 of them. They are all men, okay, all boys, all males, okay. He was the last one, and he just written his high school exam, and then sends a message to his mom. Mom, well, you know, I don't hide anything from you. And the mother says, yes, go ahead. Yes, I know you don't hide anything from me. You know, she's mentioned the name, and I met a girl. I like her very much. She means so much to me. She actually says it means the world to me, and I want to I want to be with her till eternity. Okay, I want to be with her for eternity. I'm like, okay, all right, and the right question. Oh, okay, right. Who is this girl? The son says, where is she from? The son says, the son answers, and uh, then the son goes, oh, he's at 100 level. Okay, it's 100 level in the university. And the mother asked the question, does she know your level? And the son says, yes, she knows my level. And say, and still wants to date, she likes you, even with your, I said, yes. How old is she? He doesn't know. He didn't know. And the mother says, um, go and find out about her age, more about her family. Do the parents know about this relation? Said yes. The boy has actually like yes. She has actually agreed to.
Recording in progress.
But I've learned very early on, because of my own life as well, to be particular about having conversations with them. And that's me being truthful now. To say, what informed this? What do you think love is? What do you think we stand for? Like, can you remind me of all that we are about as a family? The tenets that drive us, our value system, our code of ethics. Can you please just remind me? Can I dial back a bit? I want to be certain that it's still my son I'm talking to, in case he has been overtaken by another spirit. Oh my goodness. So yes, having established that, I really am curious to see where the conversation will lead. Done to you, presented before you. What perception do you have of this person that made you come to that decision, the choice that you're about to make? What informed it? Because understanding the backstory and perhaps where it's coming from, for me, would be an opportunity to help him to redirect. It would be an opportunity for me to help him remember who he is in case he's forgotten. And because it's not a real story for me, I'm trying to make it as real as possible, but it's not really real. I'm thinking that
hold on. I will stop you there. I'm sorry to jump in. It is a real story, no jokes.
I mean, I know it's real. What I'm saying is that because, many times when you're having a conversation with someone, their responses, like an open-ended conversation, right? Open-ended questions, rather. Their responses would often, more than not, determine my next line of question. If you get what I mean. So I don't know what possible response that he can give me. But my immediate reaction, like I said, would be shock. I'll try to hide disgust, and then I'll try to narrow it down to exactly what, why, which, how, and all the other whenever, whichever, whoever, whom,
Okay.
All the possible questions I can ask.
Okay,
yeah.
Bolu, welcome to the real world. Okay, you have landed.
Of the boy. I mean, relationship between the boy and the mother, which is a very good, what we call safe space in psychology for son and mother to be able to discuss together, listen and without judgment. Now, the second thing that is there is that the boy said he wants to be with the girl till eternity. That is because he's just infatuated now. Because love that you do not build cannot last till eternity. So he doesn't understand that. So based on that, these are the things I will recommend for the mother. The mother will need to continue with the open and honest communication with the boy. Ensure that that gap is not closed, so that you will be giving him full attention whenever the boy talks about his feelings. That's very important. And this will help the mother and the boy to understand the better perspective that could come up. Now, as they start that discussion, the mother will need to discuss the following, which I call, number one is, there is need to set boundaries and expectation. Yes, you are 17, that is university year one already. The girl is likely 18 also, or even maybe 17 also, depending on maybe 17 also. But at least let's just assume that they are age mate and the girl, maybe started, just got opportunity. There is need for the mother to continue to talk to the boy so that the boy will be able to grow and understand that what is required now is age appropriate relationship, so that, and then be able to establish clear guidelines in terms of when to spend time together, respect each other, and all of those things. The mother has a lot of job to do now. If not, emotions will take over and there will be a lot of distractions, which can lead to one thing or the other. And before you know it, within the next 2 years, the boy will say he's no more interested in the lady again, after they have, understood themselves very well. And so, I will suggest that the mother has a great job to do in terms of offering guidance regularly, being supportive, and at the same time also teaching him how to ensure that he maintains realistic expectation. And once that is done, the principle of trust will be built between the son and the mother. In fact, it will be stronger because there is trust before. That's why the boy could come to the mother. So that the mother also will believe in his ability to make sound decisions even when he is under pressure. And then the mother needs to also tell the boy, that he needs to give this thing time. Relationship can be intense when it starts, especially at that age, but because of time, they can change. So the mother needs to keep on ensuring. I think I read in that note that you sent that the mother wants to meet the girl. That will also be good. That will be good, so that the mother can also speak to the girl. If the parents are also aware, and I discovered also from the side that the story came from, there is an early marriage there. I need to get to know themselves as a result of culture. That would be okay. And that will guide these two, this boy and girl, to be able to ensure that they do what is right, so that they don't misbehave as of now, and allow their relationship to grow, because relationship can change over time. That's what I would say meanwhile.
Thank you so very much, Professor Wale, and welcome to the program. Mrs. Adedoyin Ishola is with us on the program. Mrs. Ishola,
Good evening.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, we love this environment. We love the light. Oh, it's beautiful. It is.
Thank you.
No, don't go away. Don't go away. You've muted yourself. You're gone off camera.
Oh, okay.
Please come back on camera. So, yes,
Yeah,
this, because let me not say the story, this case, this issue, because actually it's, I should put here, it's a mother asking for help. All right, asking for help in this regard. You've had Professor Wale, you've had Bolu maybe, and the question is the boy who says to the mother, "Mom, can I have the moon?" Should the boy have the moon, please, Mrs. Shola?
Good evening, everybody. Well, number one, I want to ask, where is the father in this respect? Because since he is the boy we're talking about here, I know most boys are very close to their mother. I'm not going to dispute that. At the same time, this is a very critical decision that he wants to take here. And I think the father voice should be very important. Number one, he's a minor. And personally, the first thing that should be on his mind is, because that is actually what will give him the leverage at the end of the day in terms of taking care of the family and all whatnot. Something that will give him skill to be able to go forward in life. I think that should be the bone of contention here. That should be the place of counseling for him here. Well, it's not for me. It's not a misnomer or something that is out of the ordinary for him to have a feeling for a girl. At the same time, I think it should be properly guided to let him know that first thing first, we have to set priorities there. What are your priorities? What do you have? What are your goals? What are your visions? What do you want to be? I think that should be the first thing, because if eventually, just like Professor Salmi said, eventually love takes over and they put themselves in family way, it bounces back to the family. So I'm asking the question again: where is the father here to also lend a voice to what is happening, or what the feelings of the boy? And to think that it's for me, it's just it could be just a feeling that would that should be allowed to go away with a little bit of counseling. There should be priority.
Sorry.
Okay, Professor Yowale, let that cat out of, well, it was actually not the cat that was in the bag, because that bag was in the public domain. Because you all read the stories before we came in here. You know, was the mother, is it right for the mother to say, bring the girl to me? Bolu?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think that it makes it improves the mother's circle of influence, her power of influence. Yes, it does. Because there's a lot that she can quickly assess, just by seeing her, engaging her, speaking with her. So two examples come to mind for me. There was a time that my only daughter had this person in her class. She was in KG2, not even nursery 1 yet. And the person was always all over her. And when he said to talk, they would do exchange of gifts during Valentine's and stuff like that. So I remember that he told his mom that they had a crush, right? And everybody in class was just like, hey, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? And I'm like, sincerely speaking, it wasn't me pretending. It didn't mean anything much to me. I didn't feel alarmed. I just sat them down, laughed, and said, "Oh my goodness!"
What was the age at that time? What was the age?
Like three and a half. They just barely.
Okay.
So from my inquiry and my conversation with them, I realized that they had older ones. Teenagers. Apparently, there's this Disney channel that's actually for teenagers that for their age they shouldn't have been watching, because a teenage channel, but they were watching it. So they were already used to the lingua and the vocabulary of that, right? So that is what it is really. You just automatically called it a crush. And the truth of the matter is that as we all grow older, we've had instances. Okay, so truth of the matter is that even at 17 now with one another, they have not had sex with one another. It's possible that they've not had any kind of sexual relationship at all. It's even possible that they have not even as so much as hugged or kissed. That is a possibility. So your mind running wild to the worst of possibilities might just make him carve in and close up. So you really want to know exactly, you don't want to make assumptions. I want to be certain. What am I dealing with here? To what extent? How well have you known her? Tell me what your typical day with her is like. I just want to know what your typical day is like. What has she done that has endeared you towards her so much that you feel that, do you know what the rest of your life really is? Please excuse me. I'm sorry, as a pressure cooker one, I've asked them to shut the door. My apologies. You know, like I really want
It's
to
part
know
of the
for sure.
parenting. We are doing slow parenting. Go ahead.
You know, I just want to be certain. What about her intrigues you? What about her catches your fancy? Why do you think she's going to be with you for long haul?
No,
Proper
sorry,
perspective,
Bolu.
2 years from now.
I'm sorry to stop you again. I'm sorry to come in
Okay.
again. Now, the question is, the mother says, bring her to me.
To me, yes.
So there's something physical. Now, this is not an assumption. Now, this is not a phantom that's somewhere that the mother cannot. When, from the description of the young man, the mother actually knows the girl's family. Okay? So he now says, when I return home, when you come home, bring her to me. Okay? Yeah, I asked, was it right for the mother to say, bring her to me? You said yes. Why would you want, you said it gives her more leverage, authority and all of that. My own words now, you didn't use the word authority. Okay? So why exactly would you think it was okay for the mother? Remember you said, first of all, I'll be shocked, then repulsed. I think I had the word repulsed earlier. So from those kinds of feelings to now, okay, bring her to me. What would lead you to say, bring her to me?
Again, I have asked my son a couple of questions. I have an idea, faint idea. Hopefully that can help us to lead to having conversations with members of our family, again, depending on the need to escalate or de-escalate. So if I realize it's something that I can handle by just talking to both of them, then it fizzles and I put their head in the right space and I think I'm good. But if, I realize that it would require escalation to her parents, then we'll go that route as well.
Thank you so very much. Well, here is some additives to the mix, that might make it a little bit more palatable or, delicious or rather edible, sorry. Now, the mother has said, bring her to me, okay? Do the parents know about this development? The boy says yes, okay? Does the girl know that you have just finished secondary school? Because let's not lose sight of that side of the whole story, okay? Does the girl know that you are just finishing from secondary school? He says yes. Now, assuming the mother say, like Bolu, you said, yes, it's okay. The mother is right to say, bring her. Assuming he brings her and he sits two of them down, it's like, oh, we love ourselves, we love ourselves. Should we love ourselves be what should be discussing with a 17-year-old fresh. It's not even graduated yet. It's just
one that
graduated from the university already. Okay. One that graduated from the university already. Okay. The other family members that are professional, educated professionals within their family. So it's not a family of and this is the last born of the and this is the last born of the family. Is it family? Is it the last born syndrome, Bolu? The last born syndrome, Bolu?
Okay, so I'm not a last born. I know that I've heard so often that there's something called the last born syndrome, just like there is for the first born syndrome. But again, like many labels in life, they're just labels, right? They're just stereotypes. More often than not, there'll be somebody that is skewed outside of the graph, that does not conform to the characteristics of those labels. So I'm usually very careful to say, something is a last born syndrome or first born syndrome. Having said that, nonetheless, maybe for statistical reasons, perhaps it might be a last born syndrome where he's always felt like he's told what to do. He just wants to get out of that feeling of overwhelm of like I can be my own man in good time. If you want to be your own man, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just that he's not assigning his
recording in progress.
pain is yours alone to bear. And that young man and young lady, no matter how much we love you as parents, when push comes to shove, when shit hits the fan, you're going to be all by yourself. So this is just opening your mind's eye to all of the possibilities. And that's it's a reason why people are encouraged to become adults. It's not just for age, but for maturity, for self-reliance, for self-regulation, all of the things that adulting, comprises are the reasons why we encourage you to wait. So yes, who says you can't marry her another 10, 15 years? You may, but perhaps not just now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so very much. And there it is, people. We're just going to take a short break now. When we come back, we are going to go into the meatier part of this discussion because Bolu has just opened it up. He says now you have to open their eyes, open his eyes, open their eyes to the real issues that living in eternity should mean. Okay, the real meat of the eternity stuff. Don't go away, please stay. We're going to short break now. We'll come back.
The original Nigerian pepper soup. I tell you, like it, you love it.
That's fish soup right there, man. Got that. That's very good. Super spicy, super sweet.
You can put the real chicken transport.
You're muted, sir.
Thank you so much, Bolu, for reminding me that I was on mute. Thank you so very much for staying with us on Slow Parenting. Before we went on that short break, we were looking at the issue of this young man who went to ask his mother for permission to go get the moon. Okay, as in get into a relationship with a college student where he still is a high school student, as it were. And before we went on the break, Bolu just talked about the idea or the need to open the eyes of the young people, the two young people, to the real issues in relationships, especially male-female relationship between the ones that say we want to be with ourselves to eternity, want to define eternity. Now, so Dr. Wale, I want to ask this question here, sir, if you are with us, or okay, I can see Mrs. Shola is unmuted. Mrs. Shola, can you come on camera with us? Okay, now, that eternity, does it include these other areas? Then maybe we should be discussing this, we should be looking at this. So what should be?
No, every possibility should be on the table. Everything. There shouldn't be any borders, so that they will know exactly what they're going to, because this calls for accountability. And for instance, if they are hell-bent in going ahead, they should also know the consequences of their actions. So everything should be laid on the table. Just like Bolu said, everything should be laid on the table. But above all, they should also be counseled on the fact that one thing comes before the other. I'm still very, very particular about putting priorities in place because of future. Because I know, some of these things could just be, okay, Romeo and Juliet now. When the chips are down, Juliet will be on her way out. Romeo will be on his way out. So everything has to be on the table. Everything, every possibilities. And they should also be opened to the consequences of whatever actions they intend to take.
Thank you so
For
much.
now and for
All right, thank you so much. I'll just let me just tell a little story here as a backdrop, even to when we were. Bolu, please stay on camera, please. Please, thank you. When we had written the mock, in Nigeria, you have the mock examination for your high school before you write your external high school. We had just finished writing our mock. And the school principal now asked to have a meeting with us, with the entire final year students. And he comes into the class and sits down. His name was Mr. J.O. Alake. Those in government there in Nigeria, right? All right. And he said, your name, yes, you. I know that some of you this is your girlfriend, right? That sheepishly, you can't say yes. They're not born you to say yes. The principal, he said, that's your boyfriend. The guy will go. That is, I said, look, let me tell you people one thing now. And I'm also, by extension, talking to this young man and talking to any other young man in that category and any other parent within that might have this kind of issues. We're not discussing it because we just want to tell stories. We're sharing this to help families, okay? Now, he said, let me tell all of you, he said, all of you are deceiving yourself. We looked at ourselves and looked at him. He said, you're deceiving yourself. He said, let me tell you, you young men, do you have jobs? Do you have money in the bank? That you can take this your girlfriend now to when you live here now. He said, open your eyes and wake up to reality. He said, by the time you write your school cert and leave this school, this your girlfriend can readily marry a made man, a millionaire, that can set her up and all of that and all of that. Can you do that? So stop dreaming so you don't get disappointed, you don't get hurt emotionally. Your friends, well, the last times you might see yourselves might be at the day you finish your last papers, okay? So just know that it's your friend. Don't tie yourselves up. Especially you boys. He was emphatic about this, especially you boys. The girls might be ready to get married. Do you have what it takes to maintain a relationship with a female? You might like the person, yes, well done, but then can you sustain that likeness? Okay, so with that now, Professor Wale, if I know you are still with us, not if you are still with us, I know you're with us. Now, what are the specific counsel that we should give to these two young people now? Remember, the mother has said, bring her. They are now there. The mother, what should we tell this young people?
Now, you see, when I spoke the other time, there were quite a lot of things I spoke about.
Yes.
I mentioned the issue of personal growth and development, which is that boy needs to redirect his energy. And that your story vividly just summarize all the things that we are talking about. The girl can get married anytime, but the boys cannot because they still need to build their lives and home. If you don't have a good life, there's no way you can build a home. And was Mrs. Adi, not Bolu.
Doing,
what's
yes,
the name of
not say doing. Doing is okay. She's okay with doing. I'm sure.
Okay, with that.
as that? There is, and I said something that there is. Thank God that the mother has a good relationship with the boy, and therefore there is need to sit down with that boy so that the boy can redirect his energy, channel his energy into how to organize his future, so that he'll be able to, explore his interest and his talent positively for him to become a real man that can manage a home and manage a woman. And so, and also, just like Mr. Adedoyin said, and I think Bolu mentioned it, what are his future goals? That needs to be also discussed. So, in terms of his aspiration, so that we'll be helping to see that this relationship is just a small chapter in his life that may not even endure with time. So that all of these need to be passed to the boy, even though based on that story, which I said, from the culture where he comes from, they marry early, but then bringing it up, because you see, there is this thing, is a 70-year-old boy deeply in love with a year one university student. Normally, they are both experiencing an intense phase of adolescence and development, which is normal. And so, because of that, there is need for the parents, especially the mother of the boy, to address that important feeling with empathy, with understanding. But it is also very crucial that he should be guided towards a healthy perspective and help him to develop a future-oriented mindset so that he will know, just like that Mr. Lake principal said, that the girl can settle quickly, but the boy has a longer time. And that
Recording in progress.
that's an unnecessary risk, because Mrs. Stone has really elaborated on it. The consequences of that is that each of their status is going to change. The boy will suddenly become a father, and a girl will suddenly turn a mother, and the future mindset, everything will stop. They will need to take care of the baby. So, unsafe sex is very is highly risky. It can change destiny, and I've seen destinies of people that it has changed. They
Okay,
never
sir.
come out of college.
Okay, sir. So what would you advocate as a necessary? That's unnecessary risk. Okay. What would you advocate as a necessary, unavoidable risk such young people could take in such, circumstances as they grow up around those ages? Hello, sir.
Me?
Yes, sir. What would you say would be, a necessary and avoidable risk that young people that age, there's nothing you can do about it, they can exploit?
No, of course they need to. Explore friendship. They need to explore relationship. But in doing that, there is need to ensure that if they do anything that is unconsequential, they will have to bear the risk. So I won't debar them from making friends. So I'm a father of boys. In those days, I will tell my boys, bring your girlfriend home. I want to see your girlfriend. They'll be laughing at me. Say, Daddy, you are a pastor. I say, I want to know you. I know you are meeting girls outside. Bring them home. Let me see them. Let them come and greet us here.
Okay.
So I mean, just so that at least we know whom they are, be able to guide them properly. So basically.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Shola, what would you consider a necessary risk on an unavoidable risk that maybe such young people could pursue?
Well, from my side, I think they should start looking for settle down in future. That's a risk that they have to begin to look at. If they want to go on that lane, they should begin to look for, that means they have to look for how they're going to get money and settle down in future. That is one risk that they should pursue. It's a hard knot, but I think that's the risk.
Okay,
yes, I'm not going to carry their burden.
You won't give them the money, eh? All right, Bolu, what would you say? Well, 17, maybe 18. Well, this is a necessary risk. You can't avoid it. Let's see. What would that be for you?
Okay, so for me, I think it's just to allow them to explore within healthy boundaries. And to explain to them boundaries be. Okay, so to attend maybe leadership camps, for instance. I don't want to use the word religious, but that's what it is. Most of the time, religious organizations are the ones that create those kind of avenues to have campsites and everything where teenagers and young adolescents can mix and like relate and engage. Because that quickly shows them in very practical, meaningful ways how to interact with people, to have varying opinions, to be assertive, to stand up for what you want, to have expectations, to get betrayed. Like the dynamics of human relationship comes to fore, would play out usually in those kinds of environments. So for me, it should be ease them into the real world, if you get what I mean. So from home, they've been at home for so long, they're going into institutions. Before they get there and are totally confronted with these things, better to ease them into it. I know that I had that problem. I went to a girls-only school. And then after that, I find out all the time I was in girls-only school, all my friends were usually guys because my brother had 2 elder brothers. So they were always my other brother's friends. I always had people that were older than me as friends. Remember when I just got out, I was so sure that I knew what love is. I was so sure. Nobody could tell me otherwise. No, I know what love is because, and I was wrong. So for benefits of hindsight, they say 2020, right? Benefits of hindsight now, I can say that I was very wrong. And because of that, I'm very intentional to say to my kids, to show them, to like lay my hands bare, to say, this is me. These are all the errors I made, errors of judgment, errors of indiscipline, errors of not listening, errors of cockiness, arrogance, like name it. I use the words as they are. I don't sugarcoat them at all. And this was a foolish decision. This was a stupid, like, we don't call each other stupid, but if you're referring to the decision or the choice, that was a stupid choice. So I say it as it is, so that you can see that, again, when you do something, the motive, the reason why your parents talk to you, they might not be as fluent and as fluid and as, tushed, but they know a lot, and believe you me, they have your best interest at heart. So I think for me, it's about easing them, creating avenues where you can ease them into society so they can become streetwise, if you get what I mean, before being confronted suddenly with all of the things that society will throw at them.
Thank you so much, Bolu. And so, finally, in 1 minute, what would be that acceptable risk-taking venture that you think that young people that age engage in?
Well, I want to completely agree with Bolu. I think there couldn't be anything better. I was trying to think, when you asked the question, and then when she came up with what she just said, I think that that's really the best thing that that's the best that you could give to them. Tell them your life experiences, tell them where you made mistakes, tell them the consequences for the mistakes you made. I'm sure they wouldn't like to hear the consequences, especially if they're not good. And they want to learn.
Consequences are usually not.
Consequences. Okay, yeah. So that's really just tell them what the consequences were. In detail, and tell them you just lay it bare. So that may just be a deterrent to them. They may think twice, and not make the same mistakes. Look, it is human to make mistakes. And, all of the things we're discussing tonight is very human. It's human to feel for someone of the opposite sex, at a particular age. There's absolutely nothing wrong in it. But you see, you need to know where to draw the line. As soon as you are able to draw the line, and that comes with a lot of guardians and counseling and all of that. So parents and and all of
Recording in progress.
She has started up the initiative. She has set up what we advocate at Slow Parenting here, that you should create an enabling environment for your children to be your first point of call when they have issues. And thank God that I mean, it's all good that for this particular young man, he went to the mother first. And let's also be thankful that the mother too was not Bolu. Okay. The mother was not Bolu. To say, look, I'll be shocked. She might actually also be, but then she just might have just like masked it, and just to nice in order not to lose the son, and just to nice in order not to lose the son. And they went into that conversation. Okay, well, what's her name? They went into that conversation. Okay, well, what's her name? Does she know your level? Do her parents know that yes, the boy was, yes. The only one thing he said no to was, how old is she? He didn't know, which meant there was still a room. So please, parents, we came up with this today. We are not judging the young man. No. We are not judging the young woman. No. We are commending all of them for bringing this out in the open. That says, young man, young woman, don't hide things from your parents. You know who you are going to go to at the end of the day when push comes to shove, according to Bolu? They are the ones. They are the ones who are going to go look for those, disposable nappies first, before, even in the anger. Okay? And parents, please, when you have your teenage children walk up to you to present to you real issues about, whether you think it's infatuation, you think it's a crush or Fanta or Coke, no, please know that there are things you must remove the gloves at that point. You must discuss specific issues in sexual and reproductive health. Get to the last bus stop and say, well, in case you guys have entered this bus and you want to travel along this route, this is the last bus. This is the name of the last bus stop. It's called baby. And when you now have baby, like has been said on the program, you suddenly become a mother when you didn't even plan to become one. You suddenly become a father when you didn't plan to become one. But let's also not jump to conclusions, parents, because that's the problem some of us adults, some of us parents have. Our children come to us asking for a toy aeroplane. We're thinking about where we're going to get money to buy a jetliner for them. Okay? The young man has come. I have, okay, sit them down. Like all the resource persons have, presented already. I'm just summarizing. Know where they're coming from. Know where they are at. And then use your own experiences in relationship to say, okay, this is where you are. Okay. Are you aware that this road could also lead to this, to that, to that? Okay. Right now, you both of you are in school. You, my son, you should at least plan to go and meet her in the university first. Okay. Yes. Plan to pass. Yeah. You pass, and then sit for your examination to get into the university. A plan to go and meet you, young woman. Is your friend fine, beautiful? Please help me encourage him to read so he can come and join you in the university. All right, at least do that for me. Tell him, right? Okay, yeah, you are dating me, it's good, but it will be good so that even if it's for you to see me more often, okay, pass JAMB or get that qualification, pass that exam that takes you to also be in the university. Everybody will be progressing, okay, meaning he wants to be with her for eternity. The eternity for each of us don't go beyond when we answer the home call. That will be our eternity. It could be that, yes, this relationship, or they are 17, maybe 18. Oh, this is unheard of. This cannot happen. Well, depending on the culture, depending on circumstances, depending on the situation, we have looked at everything here. The important thing is give them the parental guidance that they need to focus on study, on self, improvement, career, and then they can go ahead to have their move. So that's our program for today, people. We are so grateful about and for your being with our children. What are those risk factors? Those are those risks that our children must necessarily take. Should risk include our giving them the wrong impressions about life? No, that's not what we encourage in this program, okay? But we are not going into that discussion today. That will be our discussion for next week. How should your children celebrate their landmarks? Okay? Till we come your way again next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US and Canada, and 7 p.m. West African Time, including Nigeria. Stay well, and remember, parenting is a full-time, lifetime job. You can't resign, okay? Stay at it. Keep loving, keep supporting, okay? And keep following Slow Parenting. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead and a weekend, okay? Bye-bye.
Sometimes they fear us. I know that there are exceptions.
Focus on quality time rather than the other type of parenting where you look at.
The original Nigerian pepper soup. I tell you, like it, you love it.
That's fish soup right there, man. Yeah, that's very good.